Child labor has many different definitions, but UNICEF defines it as work that exceeds a minimum number of hours depending on the age of the child and on the type of work. But should it be banned internationally? Is there a right answer? Children work for long, hard hours, sometimes for more than 12 hours in a day, from morning until night. In Malaysia, garment factories set high production targets to meet, such as 700 shirts in 12 hours. If the workers do not make this, they are forced to work overtime for no extra pay, or they could lose their whole day's wages. They are exposed to unsafe and dangerous working conditions in factories. Small injuries and lifelong disabilities come with working around machinery. In brick factories, children are exposed to hazardous work, including heavy lifting, operating dangerous machinery, contact with extremely hot bricks, working in awkward positions, and using chemicals. There are also many health concerns. Children have little access to food and clean drinking water. They work in small, cramped areas, often chained to desks. These conditions can lead to illness and diseases such as tuberculosis and malnutrition. Children working in India's footwear industry are exposed to several health risks, including cancers, skin infections, and shoemaker's paralysis, which affects the limbs. Neurotoxic chemicals found in the glue can cause this. Iqbal Masih was born in 1982 in Pakistan. His father left the family after he was born. They did not have enough money, so his mother was forced to take a loan. To pay off this money, Iqbal had to work in a carpet factory when he was 4 years old. He was fed little food and water so that his fingers wouldn't grow. Smaller fingers are easier to work with carpet. After several attempts at escaping, Iqbal was able to run away when he was 10 years old. These children spend all of their time working and have no time to get an education. In Kabul, almost 90% of children working in brick factories cannot attend school. If we look at child labor from an employer's perspective, it's very beneficial to them. Children are paid much less than an adult. In some cases, 3 child workers get the same wage as 1 adult. This saves the company a lot of money. Employers also don't have to give certain pays such as maternity leave to children. They are also not as likely to form a union and go on strike because they do not know what their rights are. Most of the children that work at these places come from families that live in poverty. Their family depends on them to earn an income to survive. If child labor was banned, they would end up in worse conditions. In 1999, the US Congress banned imports of cheap clothing from Bangladesh, and 50,000 children lost their jobs. These children ended up in brick factories, in worse condition than they were before, or on the street. So clearly, we can't solve the problem by just outright banning child labor and the products they make. We can't just ban child labor. Their families depend on them. But there are also too many risks to let it continue the way it is now. In Brazil, the government set up a program so that children can get an education. Every month, low-income families get a minimum wage as long as their children between the ages of 7 and 14 attend school. They cannot miss more than 2 days of school per month. This encourages children to get an education and keep them from working. If more countries followed this program, it could help greatly reduce child labor and increase the amount of children that get an education. If we can't stop child labor from happening, there should at least be stronger laws and regulations on the working conditions, wages, and hours they work. This way, it can help reduce some of the health risks and injuries. So what do you think? Should child labor be banned internationally?